A box has arrived. Now this box has come from Mexico. I know that because I know who sent it. Although it does say Del Rio, Texas, because it's cheaper apparently to post it in Texas than it is in Mexico. So the person in question sent it across the border to be posted in America. But it has actually come from Mexico. So without further ado, what we need is one of these. Let's get in the box. But can you guess what it actually is? Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Now, of course, I know what's in this box. But it's another piece of kit that I've never had in the studio before, and the emulators that do it. I've never had this piece of kit. So, the box is a little bit battered, but it's well taped up though. And lots of pink bubble wrap. Look at that. Can you guess what it is yet? Here's some clues. The person who owns this is into drum and bass. The person that owns this has his own record label. The person who owns this lent me a JX3P synthesizer. Any clues yet? You can definitely say it's been well wrapped up. The person who owns this is called Gary Robinson, and he runs, or he is also known as the Death Beats, and this is a Roland 606 in an original Roland 606 carry case, which is a little bit different to the carry cases you get for the boutiques, but very nicely done. Now, the problem I have with this, which is why this video is quite short, is that what Gary forgot to do when he sent it through to me is he forgot to send me through that piece. That piece is the 9-volt adapter. So what I'm going to have to go and do is I'm going to have to go and rummage through the boxes and look for a 9-volt adapter, and I also need to know whether it's positive centre or negative centre, because of course it doesn't tell me on the hardware whether it's positive centre or negative centre. But that is another project that we're going to have to do in the workshop. It also does take what's that, 1.5 volts. Actually, let's try that, see if that will actually fire up. I'll put some batteries over here. Let's pop some batteries in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Okay, well, let's find out if we can get some something going here. So first of all, switch it on. Now, I've got to be honest, I've never played with the 606, so I need to sort of kind of work my way through this. So what we have to do is have to go to write mode, and we say we want 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, no, we don't. We go bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not happy either. On stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try this. Going to play. It's obviously very clear that I don't know what I'm doing. Because I expect that to be doing something, and it's obviously not doing anything at the moment. I'm not quite sure why, but that's probably one of the reasons why Gary has sent it to me, because it's not working correctly. It could well be that I'm pressing the wrong buttons in the wrong order, or to quote Malcolm Rice, I'm pressing all the right buttons, just not necessarily in the right order. Aha. Anyway, that was the arrival of a 606 into the workshop. Watch out for videos on the 606 coming soon. Live long and prosper. Bye bye. So after a couple of minutes, I realised what I was doing wrong with this thing. On the back of it, there is an input switch here, and it was set to trigger input, which meant it wasn't running because it was expecting a external clock source, and I wasn't given an external clock source. So in order so you can hear what's going on here, I've plugged this into the sound recorder, hence the reason why I'm wearing the cans, and this is the unit running. It's running it's very quiet. I've got the thing turned up quite a lot, but if I turn it up too much on the actual unit, there's a lot of distortion, a lot of feedback. It's very, very quiet, so I don't know whether that's something to do with the output circuit. But effectively, to put in more drum beats, you just program it like you would normally program a drum machine, and you select each instrument using this. So like so, but it's very finicky, so it looks like the contact switches will need a good clean, if some of them don't need a replacement. And some of the sounds aren't coming through very well, so this cymbal is not coming through as a cymbal at all, even though the cymbal is quite well turned up, and you can hear more feedback coming through some of these loops. And if you put the accent on, so if I put accent on like this, you can really hear that coming through. So if I turn that down, it doesn't seem to have any effect whatsoever. Let's take that off. Let's try putting the accent on here. You can hear the cymbal. So there's definitely something going on. Just not quite sure what it is at the moment, but we have basic function. It is running, and it's running on its own time clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in its box, put it into storage for a couple of weeks while I go and look it up and find out some schematics and what potentially is going wrong with this thing, and then we'll do some we'll open it up and have a look. Sounds like a good idea to me. So for the second time, live long and prosper. Bye bye.